Well, hey, God's people, it is Wednesday. It's time for our worth and wonder moment. Us really understanding and walking in our worth as God's creations when we understand the wonder and the awesomeness of God. And here's the thing, when we're talking about taking hold of everything that God is, we have to be mindful of his character, right? Of his characteristics so that we can then imitate those things as God changes our nature, right? And so here's the thing that's so awesome about God, and that you have to be mindful as it relates to the enemy. God wastes nothing, but nothing is off limits for the enemy. Now I'm telling you, you've got to take hold of this. God wastes nothing, meaning whether it's good, bad, or ugly, God can use it for his good. But the enemy is the opposite. Nothing is off limits, meaning he will use those words that you have spoken that you didn't mean to say, but you spoke out of your emotions. He will use them against you. The things, the seeds that you've planted in the hearts and minds of the people that you love, right? He will use those things against you. And one of the things that he said to me as a young wife and mother was, be careful. You will see this again. And it was a warning, but it was also a promise. What do I mean by this? So when I'm mindful of what I say, or making sure that I say the things that need to be said, right? I can celebrate that I'm going to see it again. When I plant seeds of love and compassion and mercy in the hearts of my children, in the heart of my husband, I will see it again, right? It's that law of sowing and reaping. But have to be also mindful that if I misuse my words, if I misuse my actions, if I try to put my hands on things or people that is contrary to the word and principles of God, that the enemy will use that against me. Yes, he will use it against you. You got to understand this, and you will see it again. Because nothing is off limits for him. And he'll turn it, he'll pervert it. And so many times when we're having conversations with people, we're only thinking about us being understood, right? Us getting our point across. But you have to understand on the other side of that, in any relationship, that the person is filtering through their own emotions, through their own past, through other triggers or patterns on the inside of them. So we have to be mindful so that anything that we're saying or doing, just put that in your heart, put that in your mind of saying, wait a minute, let me be careful because I'm going to see this again. And it may not be right now, but something that you've said to a 9-year-old or something that you've done to harm the spirit of a child, you're going to see it again at 19. Yeah. If you were too busy and you spent that time, doing more work than loving or planting seeds in the heart of your child, and maybe television raised them. Listen, I'm not to blame. I'm just giving you understanding that if now you're not able to connect in the way that you desire, it's you seeing again the seeds that have been planted. But it's never too late, right? Because God can restore any and everything. And so we then have to take those things to God. First, we got to take inventory, right? He can't heal what we don't identify. Take inventory within your relationships of things, of seeds that you've planted, of things you wish you had done that you didn't do. Take them to the Lord. Go back to the person. Speak life into them. Understand what God is asking of you now. Yes. So that you can plant new seeds, right? Because in every new planting season, you can plant new seeds to see new growth. Isn't that right? So I want you to understand that the wonder of God is that he is a restorer of all things, and that you now can take that wonder and hold it tight to you and understand what God is attempting to show you now, so that you can do what needs to be done, so that you're not only receiving worth on the inside of you, but you're demonstrating it so that others will feel worthy when they're around you. I love you now. I'll see you soon.